Hey, dude. It's good to see you too, man.
Scott, always a pleasure.
Been a long time.
Yep. And I was just talking to Ben, talking about Designer Cone.
Oh, yes.
Home. I'm going to tell Scott just to keep trying and jump in if it works.
All righty. And we are live now on the Toy Geeks Network.
Woo!
Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, yes. Welcome. We're going to see if we have anybody watching. Oh, no. What happened? Let's see here.
Dude, hang on.
All right, guys. We're I just need to go to the live thing.
I didn't know we're supposed to bring our random Japanese guy toy.
Luke and I are toy buddies.
Yes, we are. What's up? And I've got one of these guys hanging out over here. I'm like, wait, what's going on?
Oh, nice. We could just have a whole Godzilla playset thing going here. Welcome to Toy Geeks, everybody.
Yeah, you just put him here.
All right. Good. We are good. We're hey, Samantha, I'm just making sure people are oh, look at that bear. Should have had my little yo-yo-thon man or something like that.
There we go.
Yeah, where's your weird paint, dude? You're
In the garage.
the show mascot.
Yeah, he should be the decon mascot.
Oh my god. I have to pay the guy royalties. So everyone, welcome to another live edition of Toy Geeks Behind Our Desks. It's been a while. We're all still here. Special guest Luke Chu, everyone. Bravo.
Hey, thanks for having me, Ben.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming along. And I think we have one more. It's Sarah Jo, everyone.
Sarah Jo!
Yay!
It's like a crazy Toy Geeks family reunion today.
Well, it is a big day. It's a big day. There was a big announcement done today.
Good time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what that announcement was, but it was done today.
COVID is over.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my
Put
God.
your masks away, boys. We're done.
We're finished. Yay.
How are you feeling about your announcement, Ben?
How am I feeling about the announcement? I'm feeling good because I was expecting to get like 100 people blowing up my phone. I was expecting to get Scott's here.
Yay, my brain rage is here.
Scott Cherry, everyone.
Oh, of course he's sideways. Why would he be anything other than sideways?
Oh my gosh. There he is.
Is that better?
Yes.
Dude, all of LA just lost their internet.
What?
What?
I don't know.
You know we're all in LA, right?
Well, we lost our internet, and the ID didn't work, and it's a mess, dude. My whole life is a mess right now.
You're telling me.
Oh, George looks awesome.
2020. Welcome, Scott. Welcome to
Hey.
that picture behind you, Janky, pretty much symbolizes the everything that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, it's appropriate.
Just everything's on fire. Jack! Hello, Jack!
Everyone. This is amazing. Yay!
Hey, oh my gosh, look at everybody. Wow.
We need one more. We need one more so we could play like Hollywood Squares.
If we have one more, we'll have more people in the Zoom than we are watching the Zoom.
Ben,
Freaking Kevin letting us down again.
I know.
Oh
Where's
my
the Kevin?
Kevin's not coming.
Kevin's probably out buying his next pair of sneakers.
He does that online.
Kevin.
I don't think Kevin is coming. Sarah Joe is, right?
Yes.
There Joe's here.
Yeah, she's right there.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, I look
Wait
different.
till
right?
Scott's going to chime in now.
Who's this?
Sorry, I can't see you on my screen because it only shows 5 or 6. I need to expand the window.
It would be nice to get a full grid because then we could do Circle Takes the Chew. Like,
Ooh.
Circle takes the chew.
You're playing with fire there, Janky.
I
That's
know.
all I have to say.
Oh my gosh.
Luke is
Well-
already thinking how to skewer you in one of his next paintings.
I'm just trying to figure out like where I am in relationship to everybody else.
You're in the center for me.
Yeah,
yeah, me
Who
too.
am I?
yeah,
Yeah.
for me too.
Oh,
You're right in the
George is
center.
I think it's kind of different for everybody, it looks
Yeah.
like.
On the Zoom it is, but I'm wondering what it's like on the YouTubes.
Oh.
On YouTube, they see what I see, which is you are right in the center. Luke is right down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
As always, right?
Oh, center of attention, me.
Yeah.
So, Luke, why'd you bring us here?
Why? Because I'm here to
Animal
announce
Crossing.
that Designer Con is canceled.
What? What are you
Forever.
talking about?
Forever.
It's done. It's done. Right up there with Complex Con.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
As soon as Complex Con got wiped off the map, Designer Con fell off with it.
We are in no relation to those guys. Nothing they do affects
Except
us.
for the fact that you're both canceled.
Well,
Virtual.
we are not canceled. We are postponed till next year, at least in terms of an in-person event. And we made the announcement today that hey, everyone in chat, by the way, Tofu Bear, Serial Killer, Defy Reality. We made the announcement today that DCon 2020 is going online.
Wait, can I just really quickly say that I think Tofu Bear is Lila?
It's Lila.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lila. That's what she goes by, is Tofu Bear. I just wanted to.
She's
So,
like, hi, Pete.
I guess technically she counts, but just so you know, we're not that cool.
Thanks,
Hi,
Scott.
Lila.
Thank you.
I'd
Well,
also like to point out that Scott Cherry is now eternally frozen in a smile, which is the longest I think I've ever seen him smile. It's
My screen was
was
frozen.
that, but I didn't want to say it. It's just amazing. Anyway, so yes, we did announce today that DesignerCon 2020 is going online, and we are using a new application called Pop Shop Live.
You named it.
I know. I had to because like everybody already kind of like let it out of the bag, and then on top of it,
I was watching your announcement. And it's like the application that has blah, blah, blah. The one that we've been using for weeks on 3D Retro.
right. Yes. So we just might as well say it. So it's Pop Shop Live, but there is some custom stuff being done for the convention. There's going to be an entire different section for the convention.
Nice.
The layout, the actual interface is going to be different. There's also the web application aspect to Pop Shop Live is going to be different. So there's going to be a lot of different things. But
Does that mean there's going to be a web viewer like you can watch on the web? Sorry, man.
Yes, that is absolutely what it means. You'll be able to do everything that you can do inside the iOS app in a browser on your laptop or computer at home or at work, whatever you'd like.
That sounds great.
Yeah, so we're excited. Sergio, your question was how do I feel?
Yeah, how do you feel? This is a hard thing. I mean, I had a lot of feelings about the school and making decisions for the kids about the school. Like all these decisions, they affect a lot of people.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. So yeah, it was hard as the person that's running the show with my team. And it's like some members of my team were like, you understand, there is no way you're going to do a show in person this year. I think you guys know who I'm talking about.
No idea.
Right. The most optimistic person in our team. But making the final decision, it was hard, knowing that it's right, knowing that what we had to do is what we technically had to do. I was initially very, very, very upset at the state of California for not issuing us guidelines, rules, just something.
Yeah.
Something to work off of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we never got that. We didn't get anything. And, you know, the people at the Anaheim Convention Center, they're an amazing team. I will tell you, they're an amazing team. I have nothing bad to say about them. They were fantastic. They did conference calls with me all the time. They gave me updates as much as they could. And like, you could just tell every month that went by, their hearts sank lower and lower because they had nothing to tell me.
Yeah.
And they literally told me like, well, you know, if you need to do what you need to do, we will help you do it.
Yeah.
We'll help, you know, and we literally, because we had everything planned already for 2021, they took everything that we put for 2020 and they're moving it to 2022 because everything's already set for 2021. I mean, they're like, I told them like, let's just hope that we don't need to postpone anything for 2021. They're like, if we need to postpone anything for 2021, everybody on this conference call, and we had like 6 people from the convention center on the call, will be out of the job.
Ugh.
So it's like, wow, okay, that's kind of scary, but you know, at least they're being honest with us. So it was like phases. I was angry, depressed, sad, and then you just kind of have to suck it up and be like, I'm going to make the best of this. I'm going to make this work. And
That stage is called grief. Those stages.
I was going to say those are the finally acceptance.
Yes, acceptance. And now I'm just at a stage where it's like, whatever happens, we're gonna make the best of it. And luckily, we have the Pop Shop team working with us weekly on conference calls, updates, all kinds of things, like showing us the new interfaces, having us test the applications, working out the bugs in real time. We, as 3D Retro, are able to go on there and we beat the crap out of this application by being on there for 6 hours straight, selling hundreds of items live, selling out of products, doing drops, like, you know, having hundreds, if not thousands of people in the chat all at once.
You took it down at one point, didn't you?
Ting kind of melted it a little.
Ting almost broke it.
Yeah, kind of.
It almost broke it. And then basically what ended up happening was that by the time we did the Mab Graves release, they had fixed the problems.
Great.
So
Did you charge them for that stress test? You should charge them for that.
No.
That's valuable data.
It is valuable data, but you know, we see them as a partner. And partners work together on things. Anything that they do, anything that they fix, not only benefits them, but it benefits us and it benefits all of our vendors. And funny, Sarah Joe, like, I almost feel like Dove did a Pop Shop Live without using Pop Shop Live. Because he was doing what? Christopher, you were helping him with this.
I ran it for him, yeah.
What was his setup?
So he had an online store. He had a Shopify store where all the product was that had timers set based on limitations for releases and stuff, which wasn't much. It was like limiting the first day, and then we would have time drops every day, like secret drops. And then we did a full schedule of live interviews and giveaways and events, live streaming through Zoom. So the shop was in one place, and then all the events were sort of in another place.
So imagine if you don't use Zoom, you're using Pop Shop for all your live. You can do the interviews and everything from their split screen thing that they have.
Yeah.
And the other thing is Pop Shop Live lets you sync your products with Shopify.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
So if you already have a Shopify store, guess what? You don't need to do anything.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Is it going to be open to more than just Apple users though, or is it still just?
Yes. Yeah. So right now the application is kind of in a beta mode, and it's only available on iOS devices. In the next 1 to 2 weeks, there will be a web application. And a web application will allow anybody with a browser and an internet connection to do everything that the iOS does all through your computer.
Nice.
I think is actually better because I think, Luke, you mentioned it in your podcast that people will be literally able to open up a browser window and still shop while checking their emails and multitasking. It's going to be fantastic.
No pants.
No pants.
And Scott mentioned to me when we were talking about this morning that the other thing he's looking forward to is the app. I mean, it does a lot of stuff. I get it, but the app is kind of a battery hog, so it'd be nice to run it on your computer too.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we're one of those people that stay on for 6 hours, and we can see people like Dove going on and being like, I'm just going to treat this just like a convention.
Yeah.
I start at 9 and I end at 6, and I'm on live. And as long as I have my iPhone or my iPad on me, I'm going to be selling, and people can walk in and ask me questions. And literally, people should treat this like a con. It is like a con. We want people to be live the entire time, and there will be some that are going to be live the entire time. But
We had so much fun doing that too. I mean, it was such a cool experience to get
yeah,
people that normally couldn't come to a convention being able to do interviews. We had like the chat was super active, so people like there's a real sense of community around it, which is what a convention's all about, right? Is a sense of community. So like it was really fun to do. So I'm looking forward to see. I mean, look, I'm going to miss seeing everybody. DCon's the best show of the year, but as far as second place, like I think some really cool backup plans to put in place that will still have a lot of the same feel and the same excitement, you know.
Right. And we're trying to replicate that convention thing, which is why the live video is so important, because anything can happen. Anything can happen when you're live. You know, it's like you could have the asshole that shows up in your room and starts yelling at you, and you know that happens on the convention floor too. You can have the biggest fan show up in your room and be like, I love your stuff, this is amazing, I'm so happy you're here live and that you're selling this. And we have a person in the chat that says, honestly, this is so awesome, the con digital, I'm in New York, so you're opening up opportunities for a much wider audience.
Well, that's
so
how
cool.
people really felt about DKE Con for San Diego. It's just like they could finally shop. They could finally get the stuff they wanted. They could go on and ask questions. Like everything became available to them.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
it was a really good experience for us. It might be more work
Especially-
than doing an actual convention, but it was a really good experience for us.
We were just as tired as if we'd gone to San Diego by the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, that was wasted.
But no con flu, right?
No con flu. I could pee whenever I wanted. It was great.
Gross.
So,
You know it's the truth.
but yeah, it's going to be different. It's going to be interesting. You know, there's going to be those people that, like I said, are going to be on live the entire duration. There's going to be those people that will jump on, you know, every other hour for 30 minutes and sell some stuff and tell people like, here's our schedule. Here's when we're going to be on during DCon online. And, you know, there's going to be special guests and there's going to be all kinds of things. So
That's cool.
it's
I'm looking forward to it.
Just
Sounds
to
pretty
clarify,
neat.
when you say that DCon is postponed to 2021, does that mean it's postponed to October or whenever that is? November
yeah.
2021. So we're skipping a year of live.
Well,
Yeah. Skipping
Yeah.
a live in person.
Because when you say it's postponed, postponed could mean anything, but when you say it's just like really,
right, yeah, we're the in-person show. We are clearing 2020 and we're going straight to 2021.
November of 2021.
November 2021, Veterans Day weekend.
Got it.
Veteran.
2021, which I wish I could remember the dates, but we are on Veterans Day. We were supposed to be on Veterans Day weekend this time. We're going to be on Veterans Day weekend next time.
Does that mean it's a 4-day show? I kid.
No 4-day show. Till Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That is funny.
And the best thing is that 2021, we're back in Hall C and D.
Woo!
Hey Ben, I have a question. So like one of the cool things about the live like decon or any convention is like you walk around and you see like new vendors, maybe someone you wouldn't have seen, or maybe someone you forgot about, and it's like you stop by their booth. Is there any sort of, are you gonna have any sort of way to categorize so that, I mean, I don't know how you would do it, so that people feel like they're gonna be able to check everyone out that they want to, or even find those new booths?
Yeah, so we understand that, walking the hall, it helps with like a lot of these new vendors or independent artists. So we're talking to Pop Shop about how we get to highlight vendors at certain times. And not just highlight vendors, but highlight products. So part of the new interface includes like a product highlight thing where, vendors, as they're putting up new products, people that are in the like main area will be able to see new products as they're being put up. There will be a whole thing where, on rotation, we'll be highlighting 4 to 5 vendors at a time. So every time you look at the screen, it's going to be something different. So we are working on different things on how to get people, especially the smaller guys, a little bit more traffic in their chat rooms.
Is there going to be support for lotteries, since some booths are pretty dependent on that? Or do they have to kind of manually do that?
Yeah, well, they might still have to manually do it, but at the same time, we've already talked to Pop Shop about having a feature built into the application, like a whole. They want to add features like raffles and auctions. So without needing the application, you will be able to launch the raffle option, and people will be able to get a raffle ticket or buy a raffle ticket, depending on if you want to sell it or just give people raffle tickets. And the same thing in terms of auctions, where if you don't want to sell an item, but you want to auction off an item, and you tell people, all right, it's going up on auction only for 2 minutes. Let's see how much the bidding goes up. They're working on things like that. Well, we're really more interested in the raffle aspect than the auction aspect, because we feel more people will use that. So there's going to be certain things like that in place by then.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Scott, Cherry, any questions?
It sounds amazing. Yeah, I can't wait.
Have you got any negative feedback?
Negative feedback. Honestly, no, not yet. But there's still time. There's still time for negative feedback. It hasn't been 24 hours yet. I surprisingly, we have gotten positive feedback in a way of vendors that haven't signed up yet, that are requesting to sign up, which blows my mind, because we were thinking like, we're going to get so many people that want their money back, and we're going to have to, just refund all this money and kind of like take it. But honestly, a lot of people are very cool about deferring their payments to the next show, mainly because they understand that if they cancel, they get dropped to the bottom of the wait list. And 2, if you do come back off from the wait list, your fee for a booth is going to be significantly higher than the year before. So we think a lot of people are deferring that, and we're just surprised as how many people are like, can I please purchase a booth for 2021 now? Like,
Do you think some of that is because they want to participate in the special online thing you guys are doing this year?
Yes, yeah, very much so. Like when we did the announcement, especially some of the artists out there that have a really good following. That's the other thing. A lot of these artists are going to bring in the people to this pop shop, and they have a good following where they see that, wow, this is a really different, good platform for me to be live and interactive with my fans and not have to tell them, all right, guys, don't forget to go visit my website or don't forget to click this link and buy this stuff. It's like, nah, it's right there. It's like, it's right on, just click on that on the screen, boom, and buy it. Janky's done it. He's bought stuff. You
It's
know,
addictive. It's terrible.
You bought stuff?
I bought stuff.
Oh, Scott's bought stuff, right? Scott, yeah, I am surprised when you buy stuff.
But what's kind of cool, and you didn't have time to really talk about it in the announcement, but how the shipping works.
Right.
And how like if you're like someone comes to my store, which probably won't happen, and they buy like 7 or 10 things, like it groups it all. So like all that I have to do is just pack it up for them, right? And then
Yes.
Pop Shop gives me the packing slip and everything. So it's
Yeah,
like,
so for the vendors, and
wow.
we'll be describing all this in the vendor email that'll go out, but for the vendors that do this, the way it works is that usually Pop Shop does it for like a 12-hour segment or a 24-hour segment. But for Decon, it'll be 3 days. So
Oh, really?
Scott, oh yeah, let's say Scott, somebody comes into your room on Friday.
Let's say Jack Black.
Jack Black comes into your room on Friday,
Nice, George.
and he buys an item. And then on Saturday, he comes back and he's like, you know what, I really want to buy these pins. I you know, and these stickers. And then on Sunday, he comes back and he's like, I'm going to buy some more. I want some more of these pins because I want to give them out as gifts. At the end of the con, you, Scott, as the vendor, will get all of those orders done in those 3 days, put together in one order slip for all 3 days for that customer. The customer will only have one shipping fee from you for all the orders that he's done in those 3 days. And it's a flat rate shipping. That's the other part. It's a flat, and this is from Pop Shop. Pop Shop generates the order slip that goes inside for you to fill, and they charge a flat, I think it's $5.99 shipping. And for you as the vendor, Scott, they'll already give you a label to put on your box. So all you have to do is put the products in the box, put the slip in the box that tells what they ordered, what you based your thing on, slap the sticker on, and make sure that the post office gets it.
That's the
Out of
dangerous
everything that
genius
you've
of Pop
said,
Shop.
yeah, out of everything that you said, that's the thing that's impressing me the most is the shipping.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It's incredible. So we have some questions in the chat. Will there be any sort of vendor scheduling so people can plan, or will it be up to each vendor when they want to pop on and create their own schedule? Vendors will be able to create their own schedules. Thank you, Phil, for that question. Vendors will be able to create their own schedules, but they'll be able to tell us what their schedule is. So the website, as well as hopefully their own Instagrams, as well as our Instagrams and our social media things, will all be able to inform people like, hey, you know, even if Scott is live for 24 for the entire duration, Scott's going to be like, I'm going to be on live, but at 2:00 I'm doing this drop. DKE, we're going to be live during the whole show, but at 3 p.m. we're doing a drop with this artist. At 4 p.m. we're doing a drop with this artist, and the artist will be joining us live on the screen, split screen, as we talk to them. You know, you'll be able to do all of that because it's all already built in to the app.
Yeah, the chat thing is really cool.
Yes.
Amazing, yeah.
Any vendors that don't do this, will they be missing? Any vendors that don't do this will be missing out. Pop Shop goes crazy every time. They'll miss out so many sales. I agree with you, Defy Reality. Gary Budner says, sounds too complicated. Gary, no, Gary, it's not complicated. Overall, for one store or all stores, one flat rate shipping. unfortunately, it's for each store. There's a flat rate shipping because each vendor does have to ship out their own products. So it's basically like if you buy from Scott, and then if you buy from Luke, you're gonna have to pay each one shipping. But the rate is so low that I'm pretty sure a lot of vendors are gonna be like, oh, you know, because we don't have this expense and we don't have that expense and we don't have to pay for a hotel. And don't forget, attendees, you don't have to pay for a hotel. You don't need to pay for gas. You don't need to pay for parking. You don't need to buy a $20 hot dog. You don't need to buy a $30 drink. You don't need to worry about, you know, standing in line for hours. Like, you guys are saving so much where it's like you almost have to think of it like, am I willing to pay a $5 or $6 convenience fee? That's what your shipping is, to avoid all this, to avoid paying for a hotel room, to avoid standing in line for hours, to avoid, you know, having all these other expenses that you would, just so you can get these products shipped to you.
Plus, you'll be at home, so you can have beer or whatever you want. You don't have to be going out to some food truck or smuggling some stuff past security.
Yeah.
I don't want to alarm you, Sarah Joe, but there was already beer at Decon.
What?
No, but I mean, at home, it's cheaper.
We made it pretty cheap.
Think of it. You can either buy one hot dog at the convention center, or you can buy a pack of 12 hot dogs and do it at home and just do that.
Just do that.
Do we have to eat hot dogs?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's in the fine print of the ticket. Is you must eat hot dogs.
Pop Shop requires hot dog.
True. You know,
But it's a $5.95 flat shipping fee on the hot dog, so you're good.
right.
You're gonna spend the hot dogs?
That's true.
It's just nice to not have to think about one meal.
Oh, I know. And for the vendors, it's fantastic because it's not like, okay, who's gonna stay at the booth while somebody goes and like scavengers for our lunch? So it's just, yeah, it's just completely, it's gonna be completely different. And Gary says, absolutely, Sergio, right on the drinks. Hard alcohol.
Whatever it takes. I mean, we're in week 23 or something of this.
Are you still counting?
Is that it?
I write the number on the eggs because our farm fresh comes on Wednesday night, and then I started writing the number on the eggs so that we always ate the oldest ones first. And now today I'll write number 23 on the eggs that come. So.
Wow.
So there you go.
23?
Yep, it's been a long time.
I do it prison style, where I do the
Yeah.
on the wall.
Etch into the wall.
Yeah.
Scott uses his blood. Oh man. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be a really fun time. And we're excited. We're excited about it. Yeah. Luke and Eric on their podcast, they had a lot of questions too. Luke, do you have anything else? Like, what's one of the things that like you and Eric were talking about too?
We had a lot of questions concerning, like one of the questions that I was actually afraid to ask was concerning pandemic insurance. I was relieved to hear that, like, you know, due to California's apparent laziness, it's not an issue, you know, because like I think I was talking to a friend of mine and you know, he mentioned like, you know, he was under the impression that events at convention centers, like there is a separate addendum for pandemics when it comes to insurance and something like you know, or versus force majeure events.
Well, I think more so what's going to happen moving forward in the future is that there's going to be, right now when we do a convention, it doesn't matter in Pasadena or in Anaheim, we have to get insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the insurance policy is something like, you know, in case of slips and falls, or in case somebody knocks too hard into a corner of a table, and, you know, just like stupid stuff where people might decide to sue us. I would not be surprised if once things calm down and once the convention centers open up, that the insurance policy also states something in the fact like, well, if somebody catches the virus at your show and then decides to sue you, your insurance will also cover you. So,
I've never thought of suing, San Diego Comic-Con for nerd flu.
well, maybe you should.
I know. I'm just new thoughts, new ideas.
Brave new
Class
litigious
action
world.
suit going.
Was that?
Get a class action suit going for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have actually never caught the nerd flu before, so.
What?
But
Me either, thankfully.
yeah, but I've known so many people that have. So.
There's been at least a couple of years that I got it through the 20-year history of me going to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. 15 years, never caught it.
Wow.
You're not licking enough faces on the show.
I'm
floor,
obviously
clearly.
doing something wrong. So,
And you're also jinxing yourself.
I am. Well, I caught a bug when I was in Singapore, so at a convention. So
Oh,
yeah,
takes the whole country to get you sick.
yeah, took a toll. Exactly. So
Any other questions, guys? I mean, about the whole announcement thing?
Yeah, I have a question.
Oh boy. Yes, Jack.
Which is no. Actually, which is, don't we have a special guest that we should be talking to and celebrating? Yay! Scott Cherry.
Oh,
He was scheduled for the second hour, though. I think you came on early.
Oh, my bad.
We're testing out the new Decon long-term technology.
Okay, sorry.
Give people's phone up. How's it going, Scott?
very well. Thank you for asking.
What's new with yous?
Well, I'm running a Kickstarter right now for my first comic book.
Yay!
Thank you. That's about the response that I've gotten from everyone. But yeah, it's something I've been working on for a long time. It's sort of like a stop motion type toy comic. So it's not done with like traditional artwork. It's done, I don't know if you guys remember Twisted Toy Fair Theater, but so like the examples are like this is one of the characters that are like, and so I made the clothes and sculpted the armor and stuff, and like made the weapons and stuff. And so the comic book is comprised of pictures of these characters. It's basically this barbarian and this wizard, and so they're sculpted like stop motion puppets, so I have like interchangeable mouths, so you can change their expressions, and the eyes move, and so there you go. It's Barbarian Rage. It's my first comic book.
Nice.
cool.
And you said it's on Kickstarter right now?
Yes, it's on Kickstarter right now.
If they just search Barbarian Rage, they be able to buy it or find it, or can they
Yes.
search your name or how?
Yeah, yes. If you just put in Barbarian Rage into the search bar, I'll show up.
Scott's being a little modest with how large this undertaking is, though. Like, he sculpted every character in the book. He built all the sets. This is literally like he created like a Wallace and Gromit world and made a comic book. Not the same content, but everything is a full stop motion puppet that he made to create this comic book. So he's being a little modest about the amount of work and skill that went into actually creating this thing.
I even made this tiny little couch for them to sit on.
That's definitely the highlight, the couch.
Yeah. It's called The Spider's Treasure. So somewhere in the comic book, they fight this giant spider.
Whoa.
You know,
Awesome.
and yeah, it was a massive undertaking, you know, because I attempted to do a stop motion animation when I was in my 20s, and you know, the thinking behind that is like, well, once you get the puppets and the sets made, you know, the rest is downhill. It's like that's not how it goes, but that's how I thought with this, is like, if I just make the puppet, I'll never have to draw him ever again. But I've been working on this for like a year, working like nights on it. But then as soon as the pandemic hit, I just been working on it all day, every day.
Wow.
And so now it's done. You can actually get a free copy if you go to my website, barbarianrage.com, and sign up, and I'll email you a free PDF, like a digital copy, if you want to read it.
That seems like a bad business model to make money
Yeah,
for the comic
giving it
book.
away.
Maybe give away like the first 10 pages or something.
You know, I don't know. I want people to read it. I think that's like my main goal, is I would rather have people read it. Because I think if they read it and like it, then they would support it. You know, it's like when musicians started giving away music for free, you know, I like that business model, you know, because especially on Kickstarter, where it's like you have to pay for the comic book and the shipping and, you know, and all this, like my lowest tier is $10 and you'll get a comic book. And it's like, once that comes and you read it and it stinks, you're gonna curse my name, you know. And I think that comic book collections are a lot like toys. I think it's a tactile thing, and it's something that you put into a physical collection. You know, I've read comics online, but I still buy comic books. I have a giant comic book collection.
Can you talk about the story a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, it's these two guys. This is Kilgar, the barbarian, and this is Leech, and they're sort of like, it's sort of like a buddy comedy, and they're sort of they're actively starving to death. They're sort of lost out in the middle of nowhere, and they keep chasing some food, and instead of finding food, they find like this massive treasure chest full of gold and everything. So they have to figure out how to get the treasure out, and also Chris, where are you? Help me with this.
Your book, man.
I blame,
but like I wanted this to be funny. I wanted it to be funny and
more farts. Done.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted this to be sort of like a funny fantasy thing. You know, the way that I set it up was, I didn't want it to be like Harry Potter, where it's like, you're the one, you're the chosen one, or, you know, the prophecy says this, or He-Man is the strongest person in the universe. And this is just about like, it's sort of like in Dungeons and Dragons. I wanted to capture the feel of sitting around with your friends playing Dungeons and Dragons and sort of goofing off, or you know, so some of it's serious and some of it's funny. You know, they're not like these like badass dudes. They're like third level, you know, so they can do some stuff, but not like they're not like these epic wizards or, You know, he's not gonna like chop a mountain in half with a, you know. So
It's definitely got like a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern is Dead kind of feel to it, where it's like two bumbling dudes in the background of somebody else's story, like, and you're
yeah,
just sort of following them around as they you know, get into trouble. But it's, I mean, it's, he keeps coming back to me asking because I was lucky enough to have Scott like ask me for notes and stuff early on, so I've read the book a lot and we've talked about it a lot, and it's really, like, as a toy collector and a comic book collector, I've never seen anything quite like this. Like, this is such a cool, unique piece of art. I mean, that's what it is. It's like this giant art project on a crazy scope.
and that's also another reason why I'm giving it away for free, is because I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this before. So I feel like when you do something new and try to explain it, or like, I would rather just show people this is what it is, and then yeah, show people exactly what it is and how I'm doing it.
So, Scott, you're giving away the comic for free on the
Mhm.
website, barbarianrage.com. What are
Yeah.
some of the items that people are able to pick up that you would say are unique or special from the Kickstarter itself?
There are some unique items that are like screen use props, stuff in from the book. The book is called The Spider's Treasure, and I just added some of these. They eventually do acquire the Spider's Treasure, and so I have some of these like these tiny display cases. There's you can buy unique screen used pieces of treasure. Here's a piece. This is Herb Alpert's and his Tijuana Brass Whipped Cream and Other Delights. This is like a fake little record, you know. So it's a fantasy comic book, but this is sort of the stuff that's in there is like, I don't want to give away too much of the humor, but anyway, yeah, I have some of the screen use stuff. I did do a painting for the cover. Let me see if I can get that here. You can actually purchase the cover. This is an oil painting that I did for the cover. And yeah, some of the other stuff is this character is Leech, and I have some. This is his magic wand. I have some replica wands. All of the screen used wands. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, sounds like a great project, man. Looks neat.
And you said that
Thanks.
it's taken you at least a year to work on this.
Yeah, you know, since last decon, I was like, I was sort of even like prototyping what I wanted the toys to be, and I finally just settled on this this scale, and so yeah, that's even why decon, like my booth last year was really stripped down, is because I was like, this is like the last thing that I'm going to do before I go full force into this comic book. So,
How long
yeah,
have you been
that's
making
it.
How long have you been making toys professionally, Scott?
Like 5 years. And this is sort of a way that I wanted to follow like the G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man type of model, where it's like, here's a comic book, and you know, you read about the characters, and then here's the toys. So yeah.
Do you feel like this is going to be a series?
I would like it to be. I have the first 5 issues sort of sketched out, and I know where the story goes. Each issue is a standalone issue, but it also has an overarching storyline that goes across 5 issues. So I would like it to be 5 issues long, at least.
Great.
Very cool.
And it's almost 50% funded already, right? We're what, 9 days into it? You're 9 days in?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It's like with COVID, all the days merge together, and then it's like the Kickstarter, and then it's like now I'm not sleeping, and all the days are merging together, and it's total insanity.
Yeah.
You are almost halfway there. You're at 2463 out of your 5,000 goal, which 5,000, I think you will definitely be able to pull it off based on the amazing stuff that you're making here.
Oh, thanks.
Ben is just going to top it off any second now.
What?
What?
And that cover.
Reading it. I've got the digital copy, but I refuse to read it because I want to hold it in my hand and read it.
Okay. Yeah, there's another thing that I have. It's like sketch cards and pins and all that little stuff. But there is like screen use props and stuff that's available.
So I got to ask, why not a toy to sell on the Kickstarter to go with it?
It's just I'm working on it. It's just one of those things where it's like I finished everything on the comic. I even did like some outdoor shooting, and I got basically once everything is set up for this first issue, everything will be set up for the next issue. And I just got too excited, and I just wanted to just do it. Doing a toy would have pushed it back another like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Chris really pushed hard for it, and I was like, I just got to do it right now.
You're a toy maker. Sell a goddamn toy.
You
I
said
know.
toy comic in the video. Like,
You guys are a bunch of pushers.
But it's made from toys. Look, there might be an add-on or something by the end of the Kickstarter.
I'm
got
judging
20
him in a
days.
certain
Hurry up.
direction. Yeah.
There's 20 days for me to make an entire toy. So
That's a
there
stretch
you go.
goal. Stretch goals.
You're gonna go
Yeah.
to George and be like, George, how can I make 10 of these in like 20 days? And he'll be like, no, go away.
I might have one, but I don't know. Yeah, you guys are pressuring me. It's too much pressure.
that's what we're here
I'm
for.
already
It's all
buckling
love.
under the pressure of the Kickstarter alone.
This is like super nerdy Shark Tank, bro.
So yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing with us, Scott. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
the Kickstarter will get funded, and we included a link in the chat for anybody watching.
Oh, thanks.
Nice.
There's a link in there for you to click on. If you're watching this later on in the show, please check out the notes section of the show, and we will also include a link to the Kickstarter there, so you can help Mr. Scott Cherry get to his Kickstarter goal as well.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, how you guys been otherwise? Has anyone made any toy purchases over the past couple of weeks?
I got my San Diego stuff in.
What?
I
You
got.
went to San Diego?
I drove to San Diego. I picked up some things.
Oh, my.
The super sub and the chef stuff showed up. So
Cool.
Oh,
nice. Phantom
the-
Star Killer.
yeah, Phantom Star Killer bootleg piece, which is awesome.
Awesome.
And this one's based off of his very first Comic-Con release with Dove at DKE. It's the same colorway as the first Phantom Star Killer figure. So I got that one.
From Super 7, or is that from?
Yeah, this is Super 7. So this is like the 8th colorway, I think, or 9th colorway they've done.
Is that the blister it comes in, or do you have it in?
No,
An
that's
extra
me being a
protective-
collector
Stargates.
douchebag.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, wow.
Smells kit.
Here, I'll take it out there. That's better. Not much better.
Okay.
See, it didn't make any goddamn difference. You still
Can
can't see it.
can you open the blister for us too on that?
Sure, sure. Let me get. I mean, this piece is really cool, sort of in our circle of toy making friends, since Peter, Killer Bootleg started out as a bootleg artist, as a kit bash toy maker, and based on a character that started off with parts of like Darth Vader, and then slowly evolved over time, and then became an actual action figure with Super 7. So it's sort of a cool benchmark for our weird little underground community. So I got that, and then I got my the creature from the Black Lagoon aquarium. You can't see that either. I don't even know why I'm showing these, but anyway, that's what I got.
I got my Marty against the Tombstone.
Is it thoroughly disappointing?
No, I love it.
Okay.
So here's the thing, and George, you can chime in. I'm pointing to George as where he is on my window here, where everyone else. The figure of Marty is great. I don't have it here in front of me. Oh boy, there's a coyote outside my window. So the figure is sculpted really well. It's sculpted by Whitney Mitchell, amazing sculptor, and really happy with the way it turned out. But yeah, I didn't realize how much the hoverboard made it look like Marty's just standing against the tombstone. That's nice and pink and glittery, but I still love it. I still love the figure. Yeah, so there you go.
Cool.
What else, guys? Any other toys?
So I have something. I didn't actually buy it, but I'm pretty sure it still qualifies since it's sort of like the new
Jack,
hotness.
Do you
Or
buy
something
toys,
like that.
or do just people send you stuff for free all the time?
Yeah, people do send me stuff. I do buy stuff too.
Okay.
It's the hottest thing around, right? So, oh, this is the wrong one. This is phase one. This is the first one. Scat one in 3D retro. Wait, hang on.
Oh.
Or maybe it's this one. I don't know. This one's sold out too. This is the Murica Ting it's a Tenacious Toys exclusive. Scat one in 3D retro. It's pretty cool. But actually, I'm just messing with you guys. Boom. This is the new one by Scat One.
Beautiful.
It's coming from 3D retro. I could tell you when, but then I'd be in a lot of trouble. So, this is a Shock Stealth Drop. So just pay attention to 3D retro and Scat One and like reload their Instagram every like 10 minutes and you'll be good. So this is pretty cool. This is 7.5 inches tall, just like the others. The sort of cloud, the fart cloud comes off of it, which is pretty cool. So you can display it by itself if you want, or you can show it in all its glory. It's 7.5 inches tall. I believe it's $65. Ben can correct me if I'm woefully wrong. But anyway, that's what you have to look forward to.
Yes, that is coming out soon. Do you also have, by any chance, because I don't have it in front of me, do you have the Castillo piece there?
I do. Can you switch to someone else while I go get that?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, I'll be back.
I got some stuff.
What do you got, Scott?
So I grabbed this carbonized Boba Fett Black Series 8-inch. I got it through Hasbro Pulse. They're like sold out everywhere now, but it's pretty cool. It's like, he's like super shiny. The colors really pop on it. It's a fun piece. They're doing these carbonized pieces now that there's not really any purpose for them being carbonized other than just like being metallic looking.
We're gonna get those into 3D retro.
Oh, these?
Yeah, we'll probably have them on Friday's episode.
Oh, nice. They'll probably fly because I pre-ordered mine and then everywhere I've seen has them. They're all sold out now. So I don't know.
How much did you pay for yours, Scott?
$24.99.
$24.99.
Yeah. And then I got this.
Do you have any deadbeats? People are asking for deadbeats in the chat.
If you go to my store or my shop or whatever during the Decon Pop Shop, I'll have some. Yeah.
Nice. And actually, speaking of deadbeats, Scott, I don't know if you remember, but we made something, and I still have them, and I think we're gonna release them because you're gonna do a pop shop at 3D Retro.
Oh, when I stop by.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna pull out those figures and we're gonna sell them there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you remember that?
I remember that we did do it, but I have no idea what it looks like.
It's the Army Green.
Okay.
You never sold those?
No, those never.
It was
Those
like 12 years ago.
Those were never. I have them all. They're
Archive sale.
mine.
I do now that you say that, I remember the header card and everything. I do remember making those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we should do that. So then this is the last thing I got was the new He-Man. Like these are Mattel has the license back for He-Man, so they're sort of doing the classic look He-Man, but a little more articulated, and they're calling it the He-Man Origins line. So so it has the very class. It's pretty slick, and it's just articulated a little bit more than the classic ones, and the sculpt's a little more detailed than the classic, and the face is pretty nice on them.
The face is like halfway between the cartoon and the action figure.
Yeah, it's
like they
weird.
picked the middle point between those two.
It's really weird because it has that whole nostalgic like feel to it, but like the size is like really great, and it's just like articulated, and you can pose them like in a bunch of different ways. And then I got the battle cap for him too. And again, it's like the paint is done in that classic way, but you know, like the jaw moves up and down on him. So it's kind of like, it's really like in between the He-Man Ultimates line and like the classic line. It like is like right in the middle of those two. So it's kind of fun, like a simple paint scheme and everything.
Two separate figures that you have to purchase, or was it like a box set?
No, they're two separate. So the He-Man sells for like $14, I think it's like $14.95 or something like that. And then he's like 24. So the price is really good on him too. But yeah, even the Battle Cat has a little bit of articulation to it, but you know, not as much as like the Ultimates line or anything. So it's you know, it's just cool because it's just a new take on He-Man, and who doesn't need more He-Man shit?
Philip says he just saw Kevin Smith show these off. He wrote the new series.
Yeah, for Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep.
He announced it at PowerCon last year. I didn't know that he wrote it though. He came out when he announced it. He said that he was not writing it. He did write it.
I don't know if he wrote. Did he produce it?
I think he said he produced it.
Yeah.
I think he was like, in case people don't like me, he's like, this is not Kevin Smith's He-Man.
Right. The disclaimer.
Scott, they're asking, does He-Man's chest plate remove?
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, even the sword is like the classic sword where you can combine it with Skeletor's, and then it has the back part here where you can snap it off and interchange it. But yeah, it's the head's on a ball joint, the shoulders are on a ball joint, and it's weird because what I like about it too is like you can't really see from the pictures, but it has like a really nice like matte finish on the plastic, so it's not like overly glossy and like real plasticky looking. Just has a nice finish to it. And they've come, you know, Skeletor's out too, and all the other ones. I think I'm gonna keep to the basics though, just because I have too much shit already. So I'm gonna keep those, and I'm good.
Nice. So Jack, you got the figure there? I think you're muted, Jack.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So yeah, was there something specific, or do you just want me to show it off?
Kind of show it off, yeah.
So this is Puppy by Victor Castillo. As you can see, it's a girl with a crown riding on a wolf, but it's actually a dude in a wolf costume. And they both have kind of Victor's surreal way of rendering people with like the sausage nose and the missing eyes. It's really neat, and it's two figures, which I really dig. I mean, they could have made it one piece, but it's balanced really well, and it sits on really well. And it's neat because it kind of plays up this idea that they really are two different entities. There's sort of this weird relationship between the two, which I think is pretty neat. And I think this is coming out Friday on 3D Retro's Pop Shop Live.
Yeah, and then I think we're doing Thursday the website release, and then we're allocating a certain amount. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see, but I think we're allocating a certain amount for Pop Shop, and then for Friday, and then we're doing the general release on Thursday. So.
Okay. Cool.
Plus, Victor will be on the Pop Shop Live, the live portion.
Hey, hey, Jack, can you hold it up one more time?
Yeah, of course. Sure. Is there an angle you want?
Who wore it better?
Nice.
Awesome. Sarah Joe or Luke, any new purchases? Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while, Sarah Joe. How are you doing? Like, what's going on?
No, I'm fine.
Any new toy purchases?
No, we buy a lot of Legos around here. I know I've talked about that before, but lately I've been getting in on, so if you become a Lego VIP member, which is free, you can order online, you spend a certain amount, you get free shipping, you collect points to get other stuff, and they always have really nice giveaways as well, like a gift with purchase. And as a mother of 2 small children who has been in her house for nearly 23 weeks, Legos are everything right now. And having a box of stuff that kids don't know about that I could go into and be like, minifigures! The kids come running out, and we actually did this yesterday. We were invited to a virtual Zoom birthday party at our neighbor's house. And because that's how you do. Funny. And so Samuel was on the Zoom meeting, and then I got minifigures out, and that was like our goodie bag. Like, there was no goodie bag from the party, obviously, but I was like, this is going to be our goodie bag. And then I also gave minifigures to the girl that it was her birthday and her little brother. And so everyone got to open one, you know, virtually.
That's cool.
It's fun.
You know, but you're trying to like make memories now in a time when it's just like this weird time blob. And it's very strange to differentiate the days. And I had hernia surgery 2 weeks ago. And so I actually lost like some time too. There were a few days I didn't think about COVID-19. I was just like laid out watching movies and sort of staring at the ceiling. And then when it was like 2 weeks later, and by the way, Dove labeled the eggs that week. Then when it was 2 weeks later, I was like, wait, what? I just lost time, I think. But anyway, I'm back to walking around and stuff. But I don't know how y'all fare with general anesthesia, but me, not so good. And so I'm still feeling like I'm a bit of a cloud around my head.
Fluffy cloud?
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
I actually feel like I'm the woman in those ads for depression who's just like looking out a window and gently putting her hair behind her ear.
Oh no.
Or just looking into the mirror like, is that what I look like?
Awesome.
And then I go, oh wait, it's okay, I'm fine. It's just COVID-19 pandemic related post bilateral hernia surgery, mother of 2 small children day. Fine. So basically I'm fine.
You need to put that on a t-shirt.
For all the people watching this, if you ever think you've had a rough day, don't even. Just think of Sarah Joe.
These days, I mean, it's obviously everyone's going through something right now. And Dove keeps telling me that he's like, I'm fine. I don't know. You're having a bad day. I'm like, whoa.
Gee, thanks, Dove.
When there's no,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just summer without the Hollywood Bowl is like, I don't know. I might as well just have died on the operating table. It's just,
Oh, don't say that.
but I did have that thought when I woke up in post-op. I was like, well, I'm alive. So, you have that to look forward to. More of this.
Love it.
Oh,
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, but if anyone wants, to get free gifts with their Legos, just buy Legos from Lego.com and some more support big business.
oh, we need to turn this into like a drinking hour or something.
You didn't? What's the matter with you?
What's in that cup?
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my God.
as a sort of end cap to what was DK Econ SDCC edition, that we are doing DK Econ NYCC edition, and New York Comic Con finally did officially announce that they are canceled. And I have been telling Dove that New York Comic Con was canceled no matter what. He's like, he was leaving the house one day to go to, the warehouse for DK Econ SDCC edition. And it was the last day, the Sunday. And he says to me, am I going to New York? And I was like, no one is going to New York.
Yeah.
Like, just stop it. He's like, okay, then I'm officially announce. I'm officially announcing. It's like, it was really, really hard for him. He had to go through the 5 stages of grief, like I did the other day when he accidentally melted the peanut butter ice cream I made for myself. And I put all my love and power into this ice cream. And then when he went to put it away, he put it in the refrigerator. Okay, 5 stages of grief. Okay, but anyway, we are doing NYCC, which is, I believe, October 8th through 11th. And we did a funny thing when we created the SDCC edition, which is we kept all the hall hours that we would have been in the booth. And I told Dev we didn't need to do that, but he really wanted to do that. And some things are not worth fighting with him about, or anyone. So he did that. And then he's like, I'm so tired. Why did I make this so many hours? So our hours for New York will be slightly abbreviated. I believe it's 10 to 7 and then 10 to 5 on the Sunday.
Did you say I told you so?
He needed to do. But also artists were kind of being crazy. Like if they were on with him for an interview and he tried to get off the phone, and I know because I had it on, like he hadn't eaten and he needs to eat. And then they'd be like, what, you only give me a half an hour? So-and-so got an hour.
I'm editing the videos for it right now so we can put them up on YouTube, and every single one of them is like, oh, your half an hour is up? We're still going? Cool. Let's just roll with this. So
yeah. So he needs actually more time.
Scott Cherry actually was on like 6 times.
Yeah.
Thanks to Scott. I think because of Scott, Dove got to eat a sandwich.
Oh, nice.
Tried to eat a sandwich, yeah.
That's my claim to fame right there.
Sergio, will you let Dove do all the hours of decon, or is he going to cut down his time on that too?
Oh, I'm sure if he told me this afternoon, I said, give me the bullet points of what went down on the Ben thing. And he did. And I said, so are we doing it? He's like, of course we're doing it. I told him we're doing it. So I assume that means that we'll be in the booth all the hours. And not only that, but we will have done it twice already. So by the time we get to DK Econ, we'll be really seasoned.
You're going to be pros
in the virtual booth department. But give the man a booth. He really likes a booth. Okay. When I told him months and months ago, and he's like, what if San Diego gets canceled? I was like, we're just gonna have the booth in our living room and we'll do a Zoom meeting. And then he was like, oh, we're gonna have the booth at the warehouse. And it just I just said this one sentence, and then the rest was like Dove explosion everywhere, which is sort of the story of my life.
You really should have like Dove as like the poster child for like what we're trying to do here, because technically that's the whole point. Like you're supposed to take your little setup, whether it's a pop-up or a banner or just a table with a drape with all your products set up. And if everyone just does that in their living room,
right,
it's the same thing as having a booth.
Ish. Yeah. Well, then we're going to make sure and let everyone know, all the vendors and attendees and whoever, that they should come to DK Econ NYCC edition to see what they're supposed to do.
Yay!
Because that would be really great for us all.
We got some brand new viewers on chat saying they're excited to see us live, like for the first time. And You guys are witnessing.
Cool.
Look how many.
Was there a break between the previous episode and this one?
I think we had 1 week break between this one and the last one.
We went from really consistent to sort of every other week-ish.
Yeah.
Once Pop Shop surfaced,
Yeah.
I started doing Pop Shop Live.
And then it was done.
Ben got his fix.
That's right.
My fix for live streaming has kind of like gone into the streaming commerce arena. But George, you've been gone for a while.
That is
You have
true.
a baby now.
That is true as well.
Yay!
How old is that baby now? 1 month, 2 months, 1
A
month.
month and a half,
Wow, what are you doing on here? What's wrong with you?
6 weeks, 6.5 weeks.
This is the closest he's gotten to sleep in weeks, probably. So.
No, it's been all right. That's why I've been popping out of the video, though, is going to change a diaper and things like that. But I actually have some toys if you want to actually keep it on topic and talk about toys. We're going to talk about babies.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
I talk about babies all the rest of the time.
Are they baby toys?
No.
Damn.
Boom.
Whoa!
Oh!
Hold on. Let me change. How do I get that to stop doing that?
Oh,
You have to
very
turn
nice.
off your background. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Is that
I don't want
MCA? MCA toy?
Yeah.
Yeah. that's-
So these are from UVD Toys. They're by the artist MCA, Evil Design, if you guys know that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah, he goes back years, many years. So it's just awesome to see like someone. He's had plenty of toys. Like Toy2R put out a bunch of his stuff years ago, I think it was,
Yeah.
and they always sucked. Like they didn't match his style at all. Like he's got a real scratchy, like rough style for his art, which I love. And the toys were always smooth and dumb, my old saying. And so they like I never really liked them, but this one, they like the sculptor, whoever did it, like finally got in there and like they actually captured his style. It's got a lot of cool like wrinkles in the clothes and veins in the eyeballs and like everything is like real textured and cool. It could have gone a little further for my taste. I would have liked more texture to it, but it's probably digital sculpted, so they didn't go that far. But it's still great. I love the sculpts on these. I plan on getting the whole set.
Yeah. I like that super gnarly, right? Like you said, it matches his art.
When you say get a whole set, are there more colorways coming out?
Well, the box has like
Yeah.
8 on the bottom. Like there's on the one side, there's like a little tiny picture of like 8 different ones, and both of these are in that lineup. So my guess is yes. I think there's going to be a bunch of them.
3D Retro does have a color.
Boom. So there's at least one more.
There it is. Yeah.
You can buy it on Pop Shop Live.
You will be able to get it on Pop Shop Live, but be quick because
I'm gonna just pop in the store while you're live and get it.
that's George usually will just walk in with his mask on, everybody. Baby in one hand, mask on the face, and like, give me my toy, and then he'll just.
I'm not bringing the baby in there till the vaccines are in.
That's true. That's true.
Not the COVID vaccines, just the regular old vaccines that have already been tested for years.
Oh God. Yeah, but those are cool. We're excited to release ours. We haven't even released a picture of the color that we have, but yeah, we're probably gonna do that fairly soon and schedule
If
time and date.
if it's anything like the Deadbeat, it'll be like 12 years from now.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna come get mine then because I'm not waiting that long. But the pink one, this one was a Roto Fuji. Was it Roto Fuji or Fuji? I forget. Roto Fuji exclusive, and there was only 50 pieces. So if you want it, get on there fast.
Yeah, I think ours is only 50 as well.
Nice.
So it's pretty good.
Is it vinyl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
Well, yeah.
numbers are so like limited. I was just kind of like, whoa, that's really limited.
Maybe that's why there's like 8.
Yeah, well, I think the main color they made like a few hundred, a couple hundred, and then the other colors they offered out. And UVD has been really great. They've really stepped up their game in terms of like toy manufacturing, and they've been really great about including the community into it. Like every time they have a toy release, Travis contacts me, and like we're all about supporting each other, of course. So it's always nice to get something from them that says like, hey, do you guys want a color of this? Will you buy some of these? So it's really nice, and like I said, it's really cool what they're doing.
it's way smaller than I thought from all the pictures when I first saw it, and like I love it so much. Like I was a little worried it was going to be big. I probably would have just bought one of them, but because of the size of it now, like because of like you can see it in my hand, like because of how small it is, like I want to collect all of them. Like I don't care. Like if it was bigger, I would have only bought one.
I thought it was bigger too. For some reason,
Yeah,
the pictures make it look bigger. Like I don't know.
I think it's just like our natural perception of what vinyl toys are. You always think they're a little bit larger than they are. I don't know. Like this is the perfect size for this though, and it just came out so good. As soon as I got that green one in my hand, I wrote to Travis. I actually wrote an email to Travis, and I was like, "Do you have any colors available? Because I want to buy a color for my store." Like I love this figure so much. I want to sell them.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Well.
And actually, that toy, I just wanted to double check before I said it and was wrong. That toy was sculpted by Wasim Karmai, who goes by Pixel Buddha, who's done a lot of UVD toys sculpts.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Very cool. Well, I think we've kept people on the live for a while. You know, usually we do this for an hour. We're almost at like an hour and a half here. So I think we're going to wrap it up.
Well, you talk all the time with your stupid decon talk.
Why, George?
God.
Why don't you go like have a baby and something like that?
Notice I got right off topic though.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Everybody that's in the live chat room, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Scott Cherry. Thank you, Luke Chu.
Thank you guys.
For joining us, special guests. George, welcome back. Hopefully you're back for good. Sarah Joe, we're so glad that you recovered, that you are back.
Oh, look at that baby flipping in and out there.
I got to turn that stupid background off.
And everyone else, of course, thank you, everyone. And you know, maybe we'll do this again next week. We'll see, huh?
Depends on how Pop Shop goes.
Look at that.
That is a good-looking kid, George.
There you go. Well done, George. Well done.
Good job, George.
I didn't really do much. It was all Jessica.
Well, thank you, everyone. Please don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Oh, look at that. Don't forget to leave comments if you have any questions. And like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to click on the link to the Kickstarter to support Scott Cherry and his awesome Kickstarter. Let's make it happen. We're halfway there, Scott. So hopefully we'll get you through the other half. We got 20 days to do it. I think we can do it.
And if at the end it doesn't reach it, Ben will put in whatever's left.
There you go. Always here to help.
That's his promise.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. And we will see you hopefully next week. See you later.
Thanks for having me.
See ya. Thank you.
Everybody vote.